everyone, it is I, Skeletor. Tonight we'll be opening two Masterverse figures from the CGI Netflix series called Skeletor and the Masters of the Universe. We obviously know it was named wrong and they put something wrong on the box. Because obviously, this show is not about that muscle-bound buffoon, He-Man. It is about I, Skeletor. In any case, Kenzo will be opening both figures tonight and get this over with. And I hope you all enjoy. Well, I don't care if you enjoy because I'm evil. And we'll see who's better. Obviously, we know mine is better than his. But you can make your decision yourself. So, do what you want. Think you know everything. But I could write a book about what you don't know. Hey everybody, Kenzo here. As Skeletor eloquently put it, we have our two CGI Netflix series Masterverse figures. Say all that 5 times fast. To open tonight, and I guess we'll get started with my standard boring start. We've got our front coming over. Oh yeah. Obviously, with these, you're going to get more of the cartoony look. These, I mean, coming from that series, you're really going to get that. And, you know, with the recent release of all the other ones, you're kind of, it's a little bit, I don't know. I wish they would have added some more in there besides this. But, you know, the times right now, it's hot, it's popular, it's got the show going, the kids like it. So, you got to include this as well. So, obviously, the box art is still badass. I really like the way they put the Skeletor. Yeah, let's turn it the wrong way. And back picture, no different. Really awesome. I will say it every time because I really don't care. I love these boxes. I definitely open every excuse me. I open every Masterverse box, but I do keep it. Have a little spot in the garage, so I kind of box them up and kind of keep them in the corner there on the shelf. So I really just can't throw these away. But I'll go ahead and get these opened up. I guess we'll start with the coolest. These are quite heavy. A lot heavier than the others, and I'll bring a couple other the Masterverse figures to compare the size. And I do have the standard size He-Man and the Masters of the Universe Netflix series figures for that line. So I will put them, put them side by side and kind of give you a comparison of the size. The first thing I saw with the Skeletor, it's not the green face like that. They have that neon green on the standard figure of the first run figure. And the Havoc staff is actually cooler on the Masterverse. The Havoc staff on the other one, it looks like the same thing that I got at Sonic in a kid's meal. So it looks really kind of cheesy, but so far, the Skeletor Havoc staff on the Masterverse line looks pretty awesome. It has a little chain here. Got your extra bony hand and your extra regular hand. And it looks like you've got your 2-fisted hands for the CGI He-Man. So, I will go ahead and get this off of the cracky plastic and I will be back. All right, got them all opened up and standing and ready to check them out. First thing, of course, you got the major cartoony build. Obviously the biggest difference is, of course, the articulation for something that bulky on the arms. And I mean, you can see how much longer the arms are, so everything is way out of proportion, but obviously it's supposed to be that way. It's supposed to be completely exaggerated. So I mean, it's hit home run for what it's going for. Way, way above what the first run series set looks like, with them just having kind of an old school vintage design where the movement's not that good. They have a little bit of a bend on the torso, and the elbows don't bend, and the knees do not bend either. So that one is definitely, the Masterverse is a lot better with that. So as Skeletor put it, we have to check his first because obviously he's a lot better. The Skeletor figure, torso moves a little bit. I mean, it's still restricted kind of because it's really big. But this one, everything on his armor is attached. So if you're looking to do a head swap, I mean, the head does move and it looks like it's removable, but you're really going to mess it up if you try to do that. Unless somebody comes up with something, and maybe I can learn a little bit. But the look of it, really cool. He's got the evil, really evil face. The eyes are kind of set perfectly, and I like the lightning coming down, or, you know, the design that looks kind of like it coming down. Definitely, I mean, articulation on the wrist, turning, has the elbow, same articulation as all the Masterverse, but just bigger. It's just a lot bigger. Same thing with the skull, or the skeleton hand. You've got the articulation back and forth. Everything articulates the same. Legs are obviously a lot smaller. They skipped leg day. They were listening to the 40th anniversary with his big old pecs, and they decided they wanted to skip leg day and try to get their arms big, and of course it worked. Havoc staff is really cool. The design, the color scheme, just cool. And you've got your chain on attached to the back end of it. Even the bottom has a design to it. So just a really cool Havoc staff, and it's, of course, it's made for the kids. It's the CGI set, so you know you're getting what you expect on that. So let me go ahead and mess with the camera a little bit, and I'll get that in hand. It's heavy. Sorry, let me put this back over here so you guys can see what I'm doing here. No, it doesn't really hang on much. Woo! It's a beast. It's a heavy Havoc staff. So it's almost one of those where you're going to have to, no holding it up, I guess. Good golly. Looks like I'm having a problem here. Painkillers must have kicked in. I'm all out of it. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. All right, so we've looked over the Skeletor. If you guys have any requests later, I mean, I could post some pictures, check my Instagram, Kenzo Collections, get that set up for you. On to the Royal Boob, He-Man. This one is going to be interesting for the head swaps because it does come off, and it's going to be easy to do the head swaps with the others. Articulation, same thing. Got a lot of articulation for that big, bulky arm. Got your H on the arms, both. Got your little design. The color scheme is pretty cool. I mean, that's what it's made to do. Still have your hole there to hold on to your power sword. Really big old power sword. Same thing. This one is pretty similar to, I mean, you're just looking at a larger version. So here's your original and here's your Masterverse. So not a big difference there, just obviously bigger. And you got a gold design in the middle. So let's see if he holds on to his. I mean, this one is definitely not as heavy as the Havoc staff, so I'm sure this will be a lot easier for, good golly. Yep, Kenzo's having a hard time today. All right, He-Man, on the other hand, is able to hold up the sword. Sword is pretty big. All right, so now we've got the look here. And of course, I know the first question is, Let's see those head swaps. Okay. So. Jeez. First thing we'll do, since I opened it last, the bearded one. Somebody said on a Facebook group after I posted the head swaps that the other ones looked better than the Vidal Sassoon look. He definitely does look like has a little Fabio thing going on. So, let's back it up so you guys can see. Obviously, everything's gonna look a little out of place because it's just his body is so big. Next, we've got there we go. Center him a little bit. What do you think? Still doesn't look too bad. Doesn't look too bad. This one I think it's going to be standard head's going to work the best. This is my all famous tagged Golden Girls head. Not a fan on any figure. Some people like it. I've actually was asked that I should have put that on the Battle Armor body because that's the ultimate swap, and I'm like, no, I don't want Blanche on the old. I don't want him on any figure. Every single one of these heads that I have is in storage or in a box. It's not, I just don't like it. It's not my thing. This one, the color is going to be a little different, but yeah, no, none of them look really good. I mean, you're basically going to be CGI head or bust on that one. So we'll put that back on. Yeah, that one fits. Fits just right. Put this little guy back here. So, as Skeletor asked, which one do you think is better? I definitely think the Skeletor is the better of the two. And with that, I will put the old school or the original CGI set next to him. These don't stand very well either. I mean, the He-Man doesn't. Skeletor's not as bad, but you can see pretty big difference with the design. Let's make it zoomed out here so you can see. So there you go. There's your original versus your Masterverse, which you can't even really say it's such a difference because it's only what, a few months from one to the other, but not bad for what it is. I mean, I'm not I kind of consider myself somewhat of a completionist. I've missed out on a couple of the special editions early on, but as I got into the heavy collecting, I've pretty much tried to get everything. And I mean, that includes the Digit, whatever his name is, that adds to hurt his opponent. But I have to get him. I have him on pre-order because it's in the set. So that's what I got. But so I guess with that, that's our review of the unboxing of the two bad boys here from the Masterverse on the He-Man and the Masters of the Universe CGI series on Netflix. I hope you enjoyed our video, and I hope you have a great weekend. See you next time. Bye-bye. Bye.